Okay, now we're on to the Omega Concern. I was not thinking of a specific sci-fi apocalyptic or post-apocalyptic scenario, but it sounded imminent, like that movie, The Omega Man. I didn't think about that during the inception of this track though, that was in retrospect. But I like the joy that comes with taking a tried and true formula, like the thump, 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 the 4 on the floor, say, 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 say. That's 4, very unlucky in a lot of East Indian, or East Asian, rather, languages. But for me, it's always been a source of great pride, great blessing. I'm not a numerologist, nor am I particularly superstitious, but that is where the chips fall, and that's where I'll place my bets. Green and pink lights, briefly. Now it's Christmas lights. So I thought of this as running through, or flying through, another sort of apocalypse, but when you're more empowered, like when you found fuel, when you're scavenging for resources after this so-called Omega Concern has occurred, extinction level event that has been proven cataclysmic to planet Earth and all its denizens, or another reality, as I so often chance upon. And I like xylophones. This is another signature thing. Listening very carefully, the pitch. Not quite yet, but I adjusted the swing here too, so it goes from one sort of rhythm to another, but it's subtle. And that is a mechanic of dance music, a fundamental. You need to know when to hit the beat back. I do not parlay or partake in that in conventional ways. It's just fun to know, to feel, this is when it needs to come back, and that's exactly what you do with it. And the kick drum in this, I've always been fond of it since I first heard it. I believe it's from a Wave Alchemy library that I EQ'd to provide a really satisfying thump. And this sort of has a, again, traveling, tribal feel. We're going across even trains, if trains still operated. And lots of little bits for interest. So while not a safari in the pure blood African jungle sense, it nonetheless carries piano flourishes across the landscape. And overall, again, very melodic, as many of my compositions are. It's nice to have something easy to remember and hum, especially with all the noise in the world. It's difficult to get a hold. And this was sort of like, it started as a Jean-Michel Jarre inspired thing, with the tricky delay. It's the stereo panning. I'll often use auto pan to travel back and forth. We only have 2 ears. If we evolve to 4, I bet quadraphonic sound would be more prevalent in headsets by now.